Hello and welcome to Lofty Pursuits and Public Displays of Confection in Tallahassee, Florida. I'm Greg, and today we're going to pick up on our Tiki series of candies inspired by Tiki drinks from Tiki bars, and we're going to make the Yellow Bird, a wonderful banana drink that has banana and pineapple and all sorts of other tropical flavors in it. We're going to try to capture its essence in hard sugar. This will be part of an assortment pack, one dedicated to the art of the Tiki drink and to the American Tiki bars. Now that my sugar is heated to 310 degrees and it's poured out on my candy cooling table, I've realized that there's some synergy with the Tiki flavor today. Not only is the drink like the candy having a banana flavor, and not only is it going to be yellow, you can see the steam boiling off as I stir in the yellow food coloring, and not only will I be making a Tiki mug on the front with a little red umbrella, but our band today is another local surf band that does the Tiki circuit. It's called the Disasternauts. I'll let you think on the fact that Tallahassee has a space gorilla-themed surf band, and go on and sprinkle my citric acid on top of the candy to give it a little bit of sour, since there's a lot of sour in the original drink, and then we'll let it cool and we'll cut it into pieces, creating the palette we need to build the artwork. We actually covered a lot about the early astronauts in video number 90 about champagne-themed candy. We covered Wernher von Braun and things like that. But America had astronauts before the Apollo mission, before the Mercury mission. They just happened to be covered with fur. And our earliest astronauts were simians. And that's what this band is celebrating. Or at least I think that's what this band is celebrating. I ran into the drummer after the concert and I asked him what that was all about, and his only answer was, ook. I hope I transcribed that right. And I'd like to think they were celebrating the successes of the likes of Miss Baker. Miss Baker was a little squirrel monkey, and she had to be little. The early rockets couldn't lift much in the way of payload, not even close to a human, and they were trying to figure out how to get creatures up and back down safely. And Miss Baker made the round trip, the first one who came back safely. She actually lived for 27 years after the launch, from what I can tell, which is a very long time for a little Peruvian squirrel monkey. But the work that she did and her compatriots are celebrated all over the world. She is celebrated in Huntsville, Alabama, at the Rocketry Museum there, where she's buried. But almost every country around the world launched animals into space to test safety equipment. And they all pretty much have monuments to their achievements, with one possible exception, but that's changing, and that is a little cat named Flechette, who was shot up by the French and came back safely. But don't worry, 56 years later there was a Kickstarter campaign, and it raised funds for a statue for Flechette. It was originally supposed to be erected in the alleyway where they think she was found in Paris. Unfortunately, they had troubles putting it there, and they ended up finding a great home for it at the International Space University in France. She's going to find her statue put next to the bust of Yuri Gagarin, the first man in space. And yes, this was funded by a Kickstarter campaign. And yes, I donated to the Kickstarter campaign. Why yes, a matter of fact, I am that much of a space geek. I thought you could tell that by our video number 75 about Elon Musk. You may be wondering what this machine is doing. It's folding in air bubbles. It changed that amber bit of candy into a bright white candy. And it did this by folding in millions of air bubbles that each reflect light. It's the same way the top of a breaking wave is white when the ocean isn't. And we've captured it in sugar and in time. We're going to further build our palette from the colors we mix by combining the white, or some of it, with the yellow, and we're going to pull it together, and Jake's taking that off the table and back to the hook to do that. While he's doing that, I'm going to blend some of the pink that I made with some white to make the background for a little Tiki umbrella. If you want to try this Tiki assortment or any of the other candies we make, please wander over to our website, www.pd.net. We'd like to thank our Patreon subscribers here because we really appreciate all the help they do. They help us make our weekly podcast, which goes up first on Patreon, and about a month later you can find it everywhere podcasts are. You can even find it on our website, www.pd.net, on the upper right-hand button marked podcast. I'm going to start with the Tiki head's nose. I'm going to pack it on either side with a little yellow. This will be the spacer that goes to the side of his head. While I was working, Jake made his eyes, and his eyes are 3 levels of candy. The first one is the pupil, the rest is the white around the eye, and the third is the outline around the outside. This brown cylinder is his eyes, and I'm going to pack it on either side just like I did the nose, and add some more spacers. Now I'm going to make the teeth and its big grin and wrap it with an outer wrap to make its mouth. And that's what I did with the last design also. But don't worry, the next design I'm going to do in this series is a zombie, I hope. The zombie is a wonderful drink that was developed on the West Coast and is traditionally served in a skull-shaped mug, so I'm going to make a skull mug for that one. Now to pull it all together, I'm going to stack the parts I've made and I'm going to wrap it with an outside of yellow. And then I'm going to put some white spacers on and add my little red umbrella. It looks more like a bow to me, but it was intended to be an umbrella. That's the fun of handmade candy. You don't always know what's going to happen until the end. All I have left to do is add the white wrap, which I'm going to do in pieces, and then the yellow wrap, which is the outside wrap, and I've got my log. I still have to scale it down into bite-sized pieces, but the hard part is done. When you're done with this video, don't go away. Scroll down to our description. You'll find a link to the Disastronauts homepage. Check them out too while you're at it. And there'll also be links down there to our Patreon page and to where you can find our podcasts. And of course to where you can buy our candy. I'm going to start by scaling down the artwork, and I'm going to do this and pinch off the end that sort of is a little messy, and that we sell in our store. We call that a unicorn dropping. I'm sorry, it's not available online. The big log of candy, which weighs about 25 pounds, is going over to our batch roller, and there we're going to pull it from logs into rods. And when the rods cool, we're going to cut them into bite-sized pieces, each with a picture of a tiki head on every one with a little red umbrella. Thank you for watching our video, we do appreciate it. If you ever make it by Tallahassee, we're located right off I-10 and the Thomasville Road exit. We're very close to the interstate and you might catch us making candy. We don't make it all the time, but we do make it an awful lot. If you'd like to try our candy for yourself, just go to our website, www.pd.net. We ship it to most places in the world. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're doing live feeds irregularly on Facebook, on our PD Confection webpage. And of course, check out our podcast and our Patreon page. The links are in the description. Thank you again for watching. We appreciate you coming by. We hope to see you in the next video.